Yeah, hello everyone, welcome to China for round 3 of the F1 game, the EPC League, and it actually has started to rain here during qualifying, and everyone wants to get a good lap here. This will basically be like a one-shot qualifying here with these option tires and with already raindrops falling on our car, so we're putting our into Rich to get at least one good lap here, entering the first corner down into third gear, not running too wide, which was not the line I normally take through that first corner, also running a little bit deeper through that second corner, so that was not a perfect first sector, but it should be reasonable good. Yeah, 2/10 behind my PB, that's not too bad. That hairpin here was quite okay for us. Now this tricky S section down into 5th, short shift into the 5th, and then up into 6th, and that was far too early apex here for the right hand. We're running deep here at the compromises our entry into the double left hand, and also we have to correct the steering wheel because we were sliding, so that second sector lost us surely some time here. 29.2. No, we're getting a warning for that really minimalistic cut maybe on that first corner on the third sector, but for the moment we're carrying on. Normally we shouldn't do that, but I was so annoyed about that minimalistic thing the game was doing. It's not normally doing it that severe. So last corner for us, and we're also cutting and extending, and yeah, now we're slowing down here. You can see that lap was absolutely horrendously bad from us. A 137.4, and it only is P7 in the end. So our teammate at least getting pole position in front of Shadow. Azame is in 3rd, DH in 4th. The gaps are pretty severe in these conditions. Big Z in 5th, Sadie in a strong 6th position. Behind us is Del Piero, Magnussen, Kenny. Fat first, who had the same problem as me. I got a warning for the last corner. Also, the last corner was the problem with him. And Gorilla in 12th, Copa only in P13. So that was a pretty chaos qualifying for all of us. And we all have to calm down before the race. Yeah, and it seems to be reasonable drive for the start here. But oh no, as Gorilla disconnects, so only 12 left for the race. But the sky is very cloudy and very dark actually, so there's maybe a little chance that it will rain again during the race, and after Malaysia maybe I don't know if that helps us. Maybe it will. Anyway, the lights are going on for 5, and round 3 is starting right now. We're getting a little bit better start than Xedi here on the inside. Oh no, there's a crash behind. I think between Fat, Magnussen and also Gorilla having a huge impact there. And Copa shoots up into P8 there from P12. And we're not gaining that position on Xedi, although we had the better start, but he had the inside line for the first corner. And actually we are thinking about to move here on the inside. We're braking almost equal, but we have the inside line. If we have a good traction, the move is done. Yes, we have that good traction, and P6 for us. As Copa and Xedi have some contact here at the back, and Kenny is now in P7. And these first I don't know, the first 4 or 5 cars are very near together. Zamis and DH are side by side here almost through that corner. DH making up the position on Zamis, so that's the position change at the front. Big Z taking a quite weird line here through that corner, but now it's getting a little bit of a drag race here between these two guys here in front, Ycoms and DH, been also making ground up with the slipstream, but been making not too silly ideas as Big Z crashes almost again into DH. That also happened at Malaysia, but nothing too major as DH getting that 4th position back. And we have the inside line for the last corner. No! Big Z tries to shut the door, but we were still there, and that caused us spinning. That's very unfortunate for us. Very unfortunate. That was a crash. That was it's not really necessary that happened. We have to deal with that coming from the back here. In P9 as Magnussen makes a massive mistake here into the first corner, and you can see it's already raining again, so that's I don't know what is wrong with that. Again it's raining here, and we're skipping onto lap 5. The rain is getting stronger and stronger, and the tires are still looking quite okay, but I think in 1 or 2 laps it should be time for the intermediates, and we're not really making ground up on the cars in front, so our pace is not looking good at the moment, really not. As you can see, the dot here at the front, Klawutski is still leading, and he's diving into the pits as 3rd position goes into the pits as well. I don't know who that is, maybe DH or Ycoms, I'm not too sure. And I decided to go in the pits as well. Now, as we were too late last time out at Malaysia, so I'm going earlier than I normally would. Maybe I should. In normal conditions I would have continued for another lap, but in the end it should be quite a good decision to go on the intermediates here, and the crew is actually waiting because Klawutski was about 15 seconds or something earlier in the pits, and I don't know. Again, not a good pit stop for us. 4 seconds. And behind us, Magnussen is also in the pits. Which is quite weird here around the track. If you're going quite fast through the first corner and also the corner before the long straight, then you're getting ghosted. It's quite interesting what the game thinks about corner speed limitations or something. And someone lost his front wing here at the pit exit, I think. I don't know who that was. It was definitely not one who was in front of us. Definitely not. Maybe it was Magnussen behind, I'm not too sure. And actually Big Z is coming out of the pits and we're catching up to him. He has the cold tires and going up for a move here, and he's braking too late with his cold tires, and our tires are quite warm at the moment, but they should be okay. P8 for us at the moment, so that's not really what I wanted, but we're at least making that ground up and getting that position back from Big Z at the moment. So we try to catch Kenny in the next couple of laps. Here on lap 7, but the gap to the cars in front of is quite severe after that incident with Big Z at the moment. But our pace is not looking too good. You really have to say. I expected more from me, although it's China and I'm not really liking that track. I'm not really good at it, but practice went not that bad, and yeah, I don't know what's going on at the moment. So. Lap 11, let's see the gap to Kenny. We're catching up just a little bit, not too much, and Big Z is hanging with us, so we're not really showing that pace we've got from Malaysia at the moment with that intermediates. Also not taking the best line here through the first corner, and maybe we're having a bit better tire wear than Kenny, as we had that in the last races as well, so we can catch him at the end of the stint. But actually here you can see on starting lap 50 the gap is it has increased to 6 seconds, and I don't know what I'm doing at the moment. I'm so slow. I'm far too slow at the moment, and I don't know why that is, and yeah. I was quite surprised by that, actually, and also Big Z is catching up to us, so that's not too good either, and that tires out here at the front are not looking too good, but that's normal here with the intermediates on this track. So we're getting a little bit wide, but that should be okay. No! The curb spins us here. So, and again, I was literally raging at that moment in my head. So that was so, I don't know, the race was not going well either. And then that stupid mistake, really, that stupid curb and stupid running wide. And at the end of that lap, I decided to go in the pits because it's getting dry. Actually, that I never experienced that ever on an F1 game. That it started raining in a 50% race and then drying out again. So engineers told us, I think 2 laps ago, that it's drying out a little bit, but there's not time to come in. But now we think it's time to go in. City behind us is also in the pits. It seems like, yeah. And in front of us is Kenny, who was also in the pits. So, and it's quite interesting to see. We are switching on to the prime tires, and when I haven't actually made a stint with 13 laps on those tires, so I'm not too sure how good they will be here at the end. But we hope we can make that until the end. And yeah, almost every car switched onto that prime tires, except Kenny, who's in front of us at the moment, so he has to stop for another time, and also Magnussen, I think. So the gap to Copa is 3 seconds here, starting lap 18, and maybe we're here on a good way to catch up to him like we did in the last race, and catch him in the closing stages here of the race. But yeah, it's not really the position I want to be in. P8, not really good for the championship, and also not for the for the constructors, as actually our team radio communication with Klawitsky was also quite not able. We were not able to do that because of yeah, quite a funny thing that happened with push to talk in game. So when I whispered in the TS in the TeamSpeak to Klawitsky, everyone could hear me through the game. So that was quite funny, actually. And yeah, I actually didn't see that he hadn't pitted until lap 17 or 18, so that was a little bit too late for him. He lost a huge amount of time to Fat First and also Shadow of Army. And actually, I'm talking too much about this because we started the final lap of the race and nothing really has happened so far. The gap to Copa was pretty consistent, about 3 seconds or something. But the guys behind, Big Z and also Kenny, who has pitted for second time, that's because we are in P7, are catching up to us with that better time where they're having, and also Kenny with that option tires, of course. But our tires are pretty dead at the moment. Really, that we should be lucky if we're not getting a punch or something on that last lap. That would be very, very severe. But we're coming good around these corners here. We should be fine here. But they have DRS for the final straight here, and it will be quite difficult to defend. So this corner here, this braking area is quite important. No, we're getting a puncture on the last lap. That's absolutely disastrous. Meanwhile, Shadow of Army comes across the line to win the Grand Prix in front of Fat First, who actually made the ground up from P11 to P2, and our teammate crossing the line in third, and DH in fourth, and Samis in fifth. But we are losing some massive points here. We could have we could have got P7 or something, but with that tire puncture we're getting P9, and luckily for us, Xadi is far behind that he won't catch us until yeah, we're getting to the finish line. But that race, it's really a race to forget. It really is. No pace, also 1-2 incidents, and then that tire puncture on the last lap. So that's I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. It's absolutely... I was not happy with that. So here's the official result of the race. It's not that definitive because Kenny maybe gets his penalty from the game removed and shoots up into P7 in front of Big Z. But anyway, Shadow gets his second win in a row, very marginally ahead of Fat Klodzki. Another third position for him. The Agent 4, Zamis, Copa, Big Z. Kenny then me with 1 minute behind. I don't know what to say. I'm not saying again something about this. Sadie getting 1.4 to Force Indias, Magnussen with 2 laps down, and Del Piero disconnecting during the race. Fastest lap goes to Azamis on the option tires, so he was really long on that option tires. It's pretty impressive. Shadow of Army takes the lead actually from Azamis now. The 2 Saubers are just quite far up the front. Fat shoots up into P4 after that good result he had today. Copa in 5th, Klodzki, then me, Kenny, Big Z, FD, Magnussen in front of Sadie with 2 points each. Guerrilla and Sneaking Del Piero with 0 points at the moment. And let's also look at a quick look at the constructors in a second, maybe. Yeah, here we are. Sauber's leading. Took the lead from the Ferraris. Oh no, they didn't take the lead from the Ferraris, I think. Oh, I'm not too sure if they had the lead in Malaysia as well. So they are in front. We are in 3rd, already 45 points down. That's not too good. We're actually overtaking the McLaren Hondas, Williams, Mercedes, Tower Force India, and then Red Bulls. And that's basically it from this Chinese Grand Prix. Hope you enjoyed the video, and next time out at Bahrain, I think we have a good chance to get another our first podium of the season. So stay tuned, and I see you there. Bye bye.